I'm Anders. This is Kyle, and that's Jevin. So I'm the CEO, that's the COO, this is the CTO.
Excellent.
Thanks for having us today.
Yeah.
Anytime you're ready, take her away.
All right. Well, first off, thank you guys for having us here. Again, my name is Anders. I'm the CEO and founder of Actively. So we're the hub for all things outdoors. We help enthusiasts from beginner to expert find, book, and pay for the experiences they're looking for in the range of the year they need to get outside. So Actively was formed out of a frustration perhaps a few of you can relate to. I was in Tahoe a few years back, beautiful sunny summer day. But it'd be really fun to get out on the lake today. Didn't really know where to start, not having any equipment, so I took my phone out, went from site to site, each individual site, and got so frustrated that we ended up just not doing it. That really stuck with me and brings us to today, where our purpose is to make the outdoors more accessible, affordable, and enjoyable for everybody. Then you've met us, but every great company starts with every good company starts with a great team, sorry. That's exactly what I have with Kyle and Jevin, who, amongst other things, brings 16 years of operations experience at Microsoft and 20 years of outdoor rental experience. And together, we're ready to change this industry for the better.
So the market opportunity that Actively wants to go after is the 145 million outdoor participants who go out one to many times a year. This data was provided by the Outdoor Industry Association in 2018. And as part of this data, they surveyed almost 40,000 people to say, why don't you go out more often? And so in the top 4 of 17 responses were equipment is too expensive. Paddleboards and mountain bikes can be well over $1,000, especially if you're unsure if you want to get into this long term. Some of the other top survey responses were they lacked the skills or abilities, or they just didn't have anyone to go outside to enjoy or participate with. So Actively solves for this with our value proposition. Aggregated equipment supply from a host of local gear shops, curated guide experiences, finding the best way to get people outside with the best guides, business tools for the partner shops and guides that we're going to do business with, and all this wrapped around a nurturing community of friends and learning how to get outside. And so we do that via the Actively platform, which Kyle's going to talk about.
So what we aim to do with the web app now and then in the future, the phone app, is to use geolocation to uncover all that rental inventory that is kind of hiding around you in almost every city you go to. We want to take care of all the bookings, payments, and signing of waivers so that when you come to rent an item in person, that's all taken care of. It's very smooth. You walk away with the gear and go start playing. We're going to wrap everything up with reviews for the gears and the guides, so people can find exactly what they want. They can ask the questions that they need to get the right information about the right gear and go out and play. So we want to make this everything as easy as booking an Uber. So you can just get out there, go play, and have fun.
So we are going to get our partner slide in.
We're also building a portal for our partners, which would be the shops, individuals, and guides that are hosted on our platform, to give them a place to add products and listings easily, have data and insights that are helpful to their business, and have inventory management to help them succeed with their endeavors.
All right, so as you can see, there is some competition in the space, but we view this as a positive. I mean, the fact that there's time and money being put here by both startups and big corporations further validates our proof of concept and really shows us that there's customers at scale that are looking for a platform like ours. We've referenced this New York Times article that highlights the growing number of people who want to own less stuff and rent a lot more. This trend, partnered with the uptick in online bookings, as well as our wide variety of offerings, really puts us in a great spot to succeed in a shifting market. To do that, over the next few months, we're going to be shifting from the beta version of our site, which is live now, to version 1. And we're going to aggressively onboard the equipment and the experiences, followed by user acquisition, some platform improvements based on feedback that we're getting from the users, and then a little bit later down the road, we're going to pilot test our peer-to-peer program.
So as Anders was just talking about, peer-to-peer is one of our 2 business models. Peer-to-peer is actually in an exploratory phase right now. We're not going live with it because there's a lot of risk, there's a lot of costs associated with connecting people to people and associated gear. That's where we're truly going to innovate. We can figure out solutions to those problems. The other business model is business to consumer, connecting people with the shops and the guides and their inventory. As providers of either B2C or P2P put their gear and guides on the Aktivly platform, once a rental is accomplished via the platform, Aktivly takes a very small percentage cut of the transaction, and we take that from the provider. So as we look at our 3-year financial projections, one caveat I do want to land with this audience is that these are very conservative estimates. Looking first at business to consumer, as we move from 60 to 360 providers over 3 years, we anticipate revenue of $226K going up to $1.3 million. Really important to note, this barely gets us out of the 7 western states in the United States. So this isn't even get to the Midwest and East Coast yet. This is also a static model on B2C, which assumes roughly 30 rentals per shop per month. As we've gone out and surveyed shops, this is only about 2% of their monthly rental inventory. So again, if we can capture just a super small, roughly 1.5% of their business, these numbers become true. As we look at the peer-to-peer model, again, once we can figure out the challenges and the costs, insurance costs mainly associated with this, we go from 6,000 to 696,000 in year 3. Again, this assumes a static number of only 20 rentals per month. And so that 300 there is 300 cities. If we can get into 300 cities and get 20 rentals per month, that gets us that number. Interesting to note, in the United States, there are over 300 cities with greater than 100,000 residents. So neither of these models take into account any market maturation, and again, are highly conservative on our side. We are currently seeking a seed or an angel funding ask of $500K. We'd use it across these 4 pillars. Right now, Aktivly is a nighttime and a weekend job for the 3 of us. We all do have daytime jobs. This would enable us to focus 110% on Aktivly. We'd use the remaining funds across marketing, development of the tech stack, and the wealth of insurance costs that a business fairly prone to risks such as ours would have.
All right. Again, thank you all for being here. We are really looking forward to getting funding, gaining that traction, and helping people get outside.
Thank you.